What habits helped me lose weight the most? Oh my goodness. If you didn't know, I lost 100 pounds. I did it the old fashioned way, eating less, moving more. I did hire a personal trainer. I started my weight loss journey. I was 31 and here I am 35, and I've since kept that weight off for 4 going on 5 years. All right, I did a couple of things that I had never did before because I had yo-yo dieted for years, probably about 10 years. I was yo-yo dieting, lose weight, gain it back, then some. But I changed some things up. The first thing I did was I hired a personal trainer. I've made countless videos. The investment that you make on yourself is top tier, okay? At the end of the day, you don't know everything. You don't know most things, and that's going to bruise your ego a little bit, but it's the truth. When you get around someone who's doing better than you, who knows more than you actually get it done. He taught me how to eat better. He taught me how to lift weights. I thought I knew how to eat healthy. Everything I was doing was wrong, which is why I kept failing at losing weight, right? I thought I had to eat around 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day in order to lose weight all those other times. And so inherently I was starving myself. Really, he had me eating 16 to 1,700 calories a day and I'm still losing weight. So you learn so much more when you hire a personal trainer, and they also hold you accountable. So, even if you can only afford to go once a week or twice a week, do it. I'm telling you, if you start going to DoorDash, if you start going to Chick-fil-A, you'll have the money for the personal trainer. So get you a personal trainer. It will change your life. The second thing that I did was I changed my environment. So I wasn't obese my entire life. I was obese as a child. So like elementary school age, maybe middle school. But then I lost a lot of weight when I was playing basketball. I started playing basketball in high school, and I kept that weight off all the way through college because I played basketball in college. So I am 6'3", like I said. I was probably about 220 playing college basketball, and I was very skinny. I was skinny as hell. I was 220, 215 to 220. But once I graduated college, I put all that weight back on and then some. That's how I got to 340. The thing I noticed is your environment plays a huge role in what you do on a day-to-day basis, okay? Let me break it down. When I was losing all that weight and I started playing basketball in high school, well, I'm around my teammates, right? I'm around other kids who we didn't necessarily eat the healthiest, but we were always exercising because we're always running up and down the court. We're always playing basketball. We're always doing practice. We were doing AAU, right? So I'm always active. I'm running around for 2, 3, 4 hours a day. Plus, I was young. When you get to college, you're around other athletes. Even if I wasn't necessarily around my teammates, we're around the soccer players. We're around the softball players. We're around the football players, so I'm always around active people. So we tend to eat, we may not eat the best. We were still eating at McDonald's because we're still young. We're late teens, early 20s. We're still eating bullshit, but we make better decisions here or there, right? So my environment, being around athletes all day. My whole family is obese, okay? And so when I graduated college and now I'm in the real world, I have real bills, I'm around real adults, I'm around other people who are overweight and or obese. When I was working my job, I would say it was about half and half. Half of us were big and then half was small. And the sad part is the people who were big were black. And I tended to, what's the word I'm looking for? I tended to want to be around the black people at my job. And so then therefore I'm around the people who are a little overweight or obese. And so I'm picking up their habits. We're around our coworkers more than our actual family, right? If you work 8 or 12 hours a day, you're typically around your coworkers more than your family. So, I'm picking up their eating habits and things like that. They're sharing different recipes that they had for dinner, and now I'm taking them recipes and I'm making them at home. Then my mom is obese. You know what I'm saying? So I'm around more bigger people. So I didn't feel different being a fatback, right? But when I decided to start losing weight, I had to change all that. I had to get around people who prioritize health and wellness, right? When I first started, I didn't leave the house for real. I would just go to the gym and come home. And so I was very isolated for about those 6 months. I didn't want to get distracted. I didn't want to fall off. One thing I learned about myself over the years is if I really like something, I want to do it again and again and again. And so if I was to go out with people and I really enjoyed that restaurant or the food there, I'm probably going to want to go again the next day and the next day and the next day. And the next thing you know, a whole week has gone by and you've completely fallen off the wagon and those old habits just start to slowly slip back in. I didn't want that. So I said no to everything. No to birthday dinners, no to holiday dinners, no to anything that required food because I just didn't want to slip back into old routines and habits. In the midst of starting to go into the gym, I started making friends, or gym friends, I should say. And so I would start working out with them. We would share different recipes. They would, share things that I could do differently. Just being around their influenced me, right? Now, the people that I am closest to, they all care about what they eat. Like, everyone is pretty strict with their diet. Everyone is pretty strict with their workout routine. So then that makes me strict with mine. I don't think people realize how much of a role your environment plays on your life. And just because you want to lose weight and get small does not make you a bad person because you don't want to hang out with your obese friends at this time. If they don't want to lose weight and get small too, then sometimes you have to distance yourself. And that doesn't make them bad people. I'm not sitting here saying that they're less than. It just means they're not ready. And you are, right? So you're going to have to make new friends. You're going to start hanging around people who do want to lose weight, eat healthy, want to get lean, who care about what they're consuming. That's just what it is. You're changing. And so not only do you need to change, but your environment needs to change. So that was a big thing. And then the last thing that I could say is just really making sure that you do activities that you enjoy and eat foods that you enjoy. It's going to be really hard for you to keep the weight off if you feel like you're in prison and eating foods that don't make you happy. Food should not make you happy. Food is for nourishment purposes only, but it shouldn't be something that you're dreading. So I typically don't eat salads. Every now and again, like once a year, I might crave a salad, and when I eat it, I truly enjoy it, but that's really not my go-to. It never really has been. So I don't force myself to eat salads just because they're healthy. I eat foods that I truly look forward to eating every single day, because when you start to eat healthy, 9 times out of 10, you're going to eat the same foods every single day. Most of the time. Most people do. So find foods and recipes, like come up with like 4 or 5 different recipes that are very healthy that can become your new go-to. Stuff that's quick, nothing that's going to take over an hour, stuff that might take you 10 to 15 minutes tops, right? And then just rotate, cycle through those. And then also to find activities that you really enjoy that keep you active. I love to lift weights. So me going to the gym and lifting weights, that doesn't feel like a prison sentence. It's something I truly enjoy doing. I love walking, so I don't feel miserable walking. I don't enjoy body pump or those group exercise classes. So I believe that if I was to force myself to do that, I probably wouldn't stick with it for long because that's just not something I enjoy doing. So find stuff that you truly enjoy. Maybe you enjoy Zumba. Then that should be your thing. Maybe you really enjoy body pump. Then do that. Maybe you really like cycling. Then do that, right? Find activities you truly enjoy to do so you don't feel like you're suffering getting it done, and it forces you to want to do it all the time so you stay active. So I hope those tips helped. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I cannot wait to read what you have to say. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.